What up, what up, what up? It's your boy D, back at you with another video. So today, we are going over who your boy thinks should win the men's 2024 King of the Ring that will be taking place in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Now, this is a big deal. This is a very big deal. Because in the past, King of the Ring has made superstars. Who knows how big Stone Cold would be if Stone Cold wasn't the King of the Ring? Triple H was the King of the Ring. Sheamus was the King of the Ring. Who knows where Stone Cold would be if he didn't deliver his iconic Austin 3:16 said, "I just whipped your ass" promo. So we are going to go over who is going to win the bracket. So without further ado, here we go. So we all know on Monday Night Raw, Gunther, Ilya Dragunov, and Jey Uso are the only ones who have advanced so far. So the only match that is still left on the Raw side is Kofi Kingston versus Rey Mysterio of the first round of the bracket. This match is a very interesting match because I don't think they've ever fought before. Kofi Kingston and Rey Mysterio. It's a very cool and very interesting match that we're actually not even going to get to see because it's going to be on the live event. But if you're asking me, I would prefer to see Rey Mysterio get the W. But with storyline purposes, I can understand if they end up actually doing Gunther versus Kofi Kingston because of storyline purposes, because Gunther beat the shit out of Xavier Woods, and now Xavier Woods is hurt. I can understand that. I can get that. So, if you're asking me, I'm going to put Rey Mysterio in that bracket. So, your semifinals would be Gunther versus Rey Mysterio. Your quarterfinals, would be Gunther versus Rey Mysterio. And Ilya Dragunov versus main event Jey Uso. Now, on the SmackDown side, we have Bobby Lashley versus Tama Tonga. I think we know who I'm going to pick. Bobby Lashley. I think Bobby Lashley for sure. I'm not surprised. I understand why it would be weird if Tama Tonga actually won. I understand he's new and he's fresh and stuff like that. It would just feel random as hell if Tama Tonga actually won. It would feel really weird that he just comes out and beats Bobby Lashley on his first show and he's not even a main event guy yet. So I'm gonna go Bobby Lashley for sure, especially hoping that we get that Bobby Lashley Carmelo Hayes match eventually. So with that being said, the next matchup we have LA Knight and Escobar. I have LA Knight for sure. So that means we would have LA Knight versus Bobby Lashley. Baron Corbin versus Carmelo Hayes is very interesting. I love Baron Corbin. I think Baron Corbin has reinvigorated himself, reinvented himself as he went to NXT. And he's done hell of work in NXT, and now he's back on the main roster in SmackDown, split away from Braun Breaker, who was on Monday Night Raw. So, with that being said, I think Carmelo Hayes, he just fought Cody Rhodes last week, bro, in a title match. There's no way in the hell to me that Carmelo Hayes loses if they're going to make him a big star, especially using him character. All day I'm going Carmelo Hayes. This next match is kind of tough. AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. This is going to be a great match, probably the best match going to be on that night of Friday Night SmackDown. And if you're asking me, I'm going to go AJ Styles. I think the Bloodline will interfere and cause Randy Orton to lose this match. Because I think after that one hell of a tag team match that they had at Backlash, I think you only add on to this Tama Tonga and Solo Sikoa and then the new brother, Tongaloa. You keep adding on to this Guerrillas of Destiny new Bloodline storyline. and have Randy Orton lose to AJ Styles. So what we're looking at is AJ Styles versus Carmelo Hayes and Bobby Lashley versus LA Knight on one side, and on the other side, we are both in the semifinals. So we have Gunther versus Kofi Kingston. Gunther versus Rey Mysterio. It doesn't matter because I have Gunther advancing to the semifinals of the King of the Ring tournament. This next matchup will be the hardest matchup to choose. Ilya Dragunov versus main event Jey Uso. Jey Uso is one of the most over superstars in the WWE. And he may be the most over. Jey Uso is incredibly popular. And it's by a large fucking margin. You got the Cleveland Cavaliers doing it's just me. Oh, Dave, what is it? Like, everybody's doing it. France had that fucking arena jumping with the fireflies. Even in little old Hartford, Connecticut, they had them boys going stupid. So if you're asking me, but then you got Ilya Dragunov, who just had a banger of a match against Ricochet on Monday Night Raw. Where do you go with this? Where do we go with this? Do we make another star in Ilya Dragunov right now? Or do we just keep riding this momentum and riding the wave of Jey Uso and how big of a star he is? Or do we set up his next feud? Could we do that? There's some mix that we're going to have to create in order to get this rolling. Do we get surprised? Does the bloodline jump in? We saw the tease that Backlash of Solo and his new Solo and Tangaloa and Tama Tonga walk by Jey Uso. Do they interfere and cause Jey Uso the match so Ilya Dragunov beats Jey Uso? Because that's what I think is going to happen. I have Ilya Dragunov reaching into the semifinals on the Raw side of the bracket. So now, back to SmackDown. Bobby Lashley versus LA Knight. This matchup can honestly go either fucking way. It absolutely can go either other way. Honestly, I think this is going to end by Carmelo Hayes screwing Bobby Lashley out of the match. So, with that being said, I have LA Knight beating Bobby Lashley. You can say debate by a roll-up, or he actually hits him with the blunt force trauma, or some nature, or something like that. I have LA Knight beating Bobby Lashley. And then you look at AJ Styles versus Carmelo Hayes. This match has potential to be an absolute fucking banger. Carmelo Hayes is so fucking talented, and AJ Styles is the Shawn Michaels of our generation. You can put AJ Styles in the ring with a fucking mop, and he will make it work. That's how talented AJ Styles really is. And AJ Styles versus Carmelo Hayes? Woo! We could have one of them ones right there. That match could main event a SmackDown. I truly believe so. I think this match could be absolutely fire. And if you're asking your boy, Carmelo's there, but he's just not ready yet. And I will have AJ Styles advancing to the semifinals to face LA Knight to see who was going to the King of the Ring. So on the other side, we have Gunther versus the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov. So at this point, we're telling that story. We are telling that story. We have built up to that story of Gunther versus Ilya Dragunov again when Walter was the NXT UK champion for the longest reigning champion for like 2 years, some shit like that straight. Championship reign was finally ended by Ilya Dragunov. They haven't fought since. And now we're spinning the block, And you can have Gunther versus Ilya Dragunov in the semifinals with all the marbles on the line to see who can go on to King of the Ring to become 2024's Men King of the Ring. Do we have Ilya Dragunov beat Gunther? Or do we have Gunther gain redemption and head on to try and fulfill his destiny as this year's King of the Ring? I have Gunther beating Ilya Dragunov to advance to the finals. I love Dragunov. Dragunov's going to keep putting on hella performances. Hella good performances. Hella good shows. Gunther is just one of this, just going to be not his time. I think Dragunov and Gunther can have a hell of a feud. And I think nobody would mind if Gunther versus Dragunov is the main event of Bash in Berlin. They can find a way to get there to where Gunther versus Dragunov is the Bash of Berlin match. They can find a way to get there. But that night will be Gunther's night. You're hearing it here first. And the next, on the other SmackDown side, we have LA Knight versus AJ Styles. And your boy is picking LA Knight, which means King of the Ring in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. The finals for the King of the Ring will be Gunther versus LA Knight. Yeah. And you may be asking me, yo, D, who do you got winning the King of the Ring? The Ring General Gunther will be the 2024 Men's King of the Ring. And this is where I believe we will start his climb. We will start his journey. We will start his height to a new ascension as he eventually, Gunther, will take this momentum as becoming the King of the Ring. And eventually, he will be the undisputed WWE Champion. That is how your boy's calling the Men's King of the Ring. I will be doing another video for the Women's Queen of the Ring. Let me know if you guys like this. Please like this, comment, and subscribe. Please like this video, comment, and subscribe. Thank y'all for listening to your boy. You know, I'm back with the content. Yeah, I know I told y'all I wasn't going to be going too long, but your boy is back. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Forever gang. And until forever finds you.